Whoa, new intro animation. Redid the intro and outro animations. I'm setting up some stream stuff, stream starting soon, be right back screens, stuff like that. Just incremental channel professionalization, which is a process I'm very much enjoying. I hope it's not too off-putting for you. Sorry the video's a little bit late. I had a very busy week, but don't worry, we have a ton of ground to cover today. We got to check out the antechamber as an outer room, as well as another room for the outer room. We solved a sigil. We had some real dumb encounters with the tunnel. We found a bunch of new blue tent memos, and we accidentally stumbled upon a pretty big discovery, completely on accident. Well, two of them, on two accidental discoveries. One pretty big, one just cool. Yeah, so enjoy. We'll just start it off right away with me getting right into the antechamber.
There it is. Okay. It's a normal antechamber, and it's giving us a normal... So close, yet so far away. I was gonna say, and it's giving us a normal basement key. Okay, it did give us a normal basement key. But... so close, yet so far away. So the normal antechamber note says, to continue up, you must go down. And it's saying, to go north, you have to find the lever underground. This, so close yet so far away, I don't know. It's saying you're so close to room 46, but you're far away because it's all the way up here. Alright, well, it definitely feels like we are going to have to find some levers and open these doors. Specifically this one, which we could literally just go do right now. I think I'm gonna just go pull the north lever while we're outside and come back and see what effect that had on this. And if that doesn't work, then we'll try and make it to room 46 for real today. And just see if that has some kind of effect. But I imagine pulling levers is gonna do something here. I'm still convinced there's something to do with the freaking rivets in here. I don't know what. I've not even a slight clue, but while we're down here, let's just see if we can do Korrika real quick. Because I believe I've got the information I need for this. Sigils, Korrika. Okay, it's the heart in the middle. Orange, which is that's the final thing. Snowy and academic. We don't know the transportation. Okay. We have to guess what kind of travel it is. So, it's snowy. Maybe horseback, actually. Horseback is possible. Horseback in the snow. It says something about rough trails. Not horseback. Okay. No. Okay, so the answer was roads. Road, streets, carriages. Okay. I will cross it off and note that it was roads. All we have left is Vera, Morajai, and Nuance. What are you? Some kind of speaker? Or plant? Snowy mountain? Cool. Yeah, so that's the little shrine thing that led me to think it was, spiritual, not academic. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities, the further we travel up into the mountains, to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books. This is the first realm I've visited without porters. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings. and if you can't, you throw away that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I'd planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief, coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Okay, Vera is hot. That's good. P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. The map puzzle, we know, came to, what the heck is this called? Puerto Rica from Vera. Okay, that's what that gave us. That is helpful. Cool. And presumably a more Jai box? Yeah. Far from the port towns of the lesser islands, the academies of Puerto Rica were among the last strongholds where the puzzle box fad spread. Unlike other realms, whose regional rule variations emerged organically over time, the students of Puerto Rica designed orange tiles by committee, voting on student-submitted designs and picking the one they felt best represented the realm. When these tiles are pressed, if the majority of adjacent tiles share a color, then the pressed tile changed to that color. Cool. Aha. Aha. Wow. Haha, tricky. Sometimes the simplest ones are the hardest to figure out the pattern for. Very cool. These more Jai boxes are so well designed. I could literally play a whole game based on those. Alright. There is almost no chance we've got what we need to do any of these three. Let's go figure out what's going on with the antechamber. And I think we have enough information to trial and error our way through the last three. But I'd really prefer to not have to trial and error it. I just don't know where we're going to get more of that information from. Probably the classrooms. We still have classroom drafting to do somehow. Like 60 days in, have not managed to do all classrooms in one day. Hopefully the door in the antechamber is open. Let's just check out how the tunnel's looking. I think, I know we've removed like 7 or 8 boxes maybe. Yeah, we can't make it any farther than we did last time. Okay, got a bunch more boxes to move out of here. Alright, door's open. Okay. And I see a shrine. A very creepy shrine. Because he has a belly button and no head. Oh, it's got a memo in it. Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. What? Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Okay. That box is the cursed effigy box. Okay. My first thought is I need to bring the cursed effigy here. And then but I can't get the effigy and this in the same day. Is this just telling me to take the effigy to the throne room? Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Okay. We're gonna screenshot this. And in goals, I guess I'll put bring cursed effigy to throne room. But that feels like a real... I'm stretching that. Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Deadly is the stone. I don't know. Okay. Oh, deadly is the stone is a reference to the children of Blackwater dying in the cave. I still don't really know what steady as the scepter means or heavy as the crown. Ready as the throne. This really feels like it's a reference to how I reclaim the throne. Okay, I don't know what the scepter is, unfortunately. The only thing I know about the scepter is the one statue. She's holding a scepter. I can't think of any other scepters. Deadly as the stone has to be a reference to the children of Blackwater. Heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. I mean, maybe I need to bring the cursed effigy and the blue crown to the throne room. That seems unlikely. I mean, that'd be a really tough combo, bringing both. But that could be it. I don't know. Wow. This is a real riddle. All right, let's try opening these doors. Maybe each door has a hint. I have a feeling that opening the two side doors, the east and west doors as well, will have other hints. Maybe each door has a hint about what I'm supposed to do, and if I get all three, it'll make more sense. We don't need to pull the south lever because we're already in the antechamber, question mark? Well, you know what? Maybe we'll try going to the normal antechamber today, too. Screw it, why not? If we can't solve our step problem in the next couple drafts, we might just go blow our keys in the Great Hall and go back out to the antechamber. Take a treasure trove. Always. Always take a treasure trove. So much money. Money is no longer a problem. Okay. What do you got for me? A little white chest. It says green memos in blue boxes are sometimes false. I don't know what this is leading up to. I don't know what this freaking memo puzzle in here is leading up to, but there's a lot of layers to it. There's a lot of layers to it. And I am feeling pretty certain that opening that east lever will have done nothing here. I'd really like it if I was right, and each door had a hint behind it, but I think it's more likely only the north one mattered. Yeah, thought so. Okay, so we have so close yet so far away, and steady as the scepter, deadly as the stone, heavy as the crown, ready as the throne. I think the problem is we don't know what the scepter is. So I guess we'll just end our day in the antechamber again. Oh, damn! I wish I'd saved enough steps to go get to end my day in the foundation. Cause on my goals list, monk blessing, foundation is next up on our list. We've done the antechamber and the treasure trove. Foundation, tunnel, secret passage, the green room, the garage, and room 8 are all on our list for things to try monking. All right, well maybe we can do the foundation tomorrow because we've got one more day of blessing in the monk. Unfortunately, I do have to go though. That's gonna be it for today's stream. I feel like I had made it over a hump and was starting to really solve a lot of puzzles, and our list was getting smaller. And now all of a sudden our list of puzzles has gotten much bigger again. And I feel like there is like way more game to go, which is just crazy. This game is so big. It's so big. Arguably too big. I mean, I love the like never-ending nature of it. It's really cool to keep discovering puzzles in a world that you've been inhabiting for a long time. Early on in the game, I talked about how I love when a game becomes bigger than it was. Then you previously thought you'd found the bounds of the world in the game, and it gets bigger. And that is still happening, which is cool, but I don't know, I feel like I've barely gotten any more lore. I'm still like pretty confused about story stuff, you know, it's just I'm being so slowly drip fed. I wish I understood more about my current knowledge of lore. I wish it was answering more of those questions and producing some new questions. But instead it's just like slowly dropping me little pieces of information about questions I already had, you know? I don't know if I quite expressed that the way I meant it, but I am still very much loving this game. All of my complaints are because I feel you should criticize things you love, you know? If you are... There's a difference between just hating something and giving criticism because something is awesome and you just want it to be better. You know, and that's where I feel. That's where I feel like I'm landing on this. But anyway, that's today's stream. Thanks for hanging out.
Psych! This video ain't over yet. I just wanted to include that clip, because I think it's important to acknowledge that I absolutely love this game and I have criticisms of it, you know? It's important to criticize the things you love because you want them to be better. I love video games, game design, world building, storytelling, and this game has so much of all of that to talk about. Anyway, I'll probably cover all of that in more detail in a retrospective someday, hopefully. But for now, let's get back to puzzling. The next two runs come from a stream a couple days later. Day 65, huge disappointment, but day 66 more than makes up for it. So let's start with day 65. In the conservatory, we get offered the library, showroom, and tunnel. And I'm really sad to do it because the library's been such a fun room, but we actually decided to relegate it to rare. Every time we use the conservatory, the library becomes slightly less useful, because the rooms that are still rare are mostly rare because we want them to be rare. Also, because of our reading nook, we can always find the library if we really need it. The showroom, I regrettably only lowered to unusual, when in hindsight, I honestly should have made it standard or even common. Between our allowance and the treasure trove, we can buy out the entire showroom pretty consistently, and those items are freaking good. And lastly, the tunnel. The tunnel kicks our ass today. We intentionally set the tunnel to common just for today, so that we can set up a south-facing tunnel and see what happens when you run it off of rank 1, like we previously did with rank 9. The intention was to get that done, and then come back to the conservatory at the end of the day and reset its rarity. But what really happens is that we purposefully leave a space open in the southeast corner of the house. We draft a few hallways to get them out of our pool, accumulate a couple ivory die, select orange on Banner of the King, and then we come back and start rerolling. And we end up using the inkwell and 12 stars worth of rerolls before just giving up and deciding there must be some reason it can't show up in this location. Now, well into the future, where I can look these things up without fear of spoilers, I've found this Reddit post by the user TF Murphy, who did a phenomenal deep dive, like a deep dive, into the game's drafting mechanics, and they are, let's say, quirky. The relevant part of the post is right here. The wording's a little tough to follow without the context of the rest of the post, so to simplify it, it just boils down to this. Anytime you draft horizontally, the tunnel is removed from the draft pool. When you draft north or south, not on a wing, the tunnel's added back to the pool. So basically, you can only ever find the tunnel immediately after drafting north or south, not on a wing. In our case, the tunnel was removed from the drafting pool when we drafted this security here, and was never added back. So we used all of those rerolls in vain. So yeah, I was pretty upset to have thrown away 12 stars for nothing. I think the game could do a better job clarifying drafting restrictions, actual drafting rarities of things like the morning room, what kinds of odds those rarities even represent, how powerful effects like the library or Banner of the King are, stuff like that. While reading this Reddit post, I also learned the greenhouse can only be drafted north along the east wing or south along the west wing. Some rooms can only be drafted from their center door, and some only from their side doors. Some can't be drafted on certain ranks, and for some reason you can never draft the casino in a corner. The list goes on. Anyway, I'll end the rant there, because there's so much I love about this game, and I don't want to harp on the inconsistencies that much, but I was disappointed by that. So finally, to end our day, we head back to the secret passage, because we still have Blessing of the Monk, and tomorrow we'll get to see what drafting that outside does.
That's all to be expected. Okay. Save continue. Now I am very curious to see if Secret Passage is going to be special. Day 66. Oh right, and our mailroom package. Kinda forgot about that too. Brass compass, gems, keys. Cool. I should check what my moon pendant kept. Silver spoon and gear wrench. Wow. The two I wanted it to keep. That's amazing. Thank you very much, game. That you paying me back for screwing me with the tunnels. Alright, let's find out what Secret Passage does down here. I am imagining that if the 5 books are still there, I have no idea what it's gonna do. If the 5 books are there, I guess it's just gonna... Okay, the 5 books are there. So is it just gonna draft me one of these rooms at... Whoa, there's no pictures out here. Did I know that already? Maybe I knew that already. I can't remember. It's cool. That's a cool touch. So is it just gonna draft me one of these rooms outside? What would I even want it to give me? A shop, probably? I don't know. Ah, rubble. Damn. Ah, man. I had a feeling it might do that, but I felt certain. I mean, it's the secret passageway, you know? Putting the secret passageway outside really felt like it was gonna lead to something cool. Ah, disappointed. Alright, check it off. We'll check it off. It's still odd to me, all the places with this gravel. Like, I really thought Jackhammer was gonna do something about this, because it seems like an intentional choice that they put, like, rubble and not just, like, a blank wall. Maybe there will be a way to get dynamite? Maybe, I mean, so far we've only seen the one piece of dynamite. We haven't, like, seen that anywhere else. When I take the trading post, I assume the dynamite is gone now. I can't even remember. Alright, well... I'd kind of like to try the tunnel again, but honestly, no. I'm going to focus on switching our chest power. That's going to be priority number 1, is switching chest power today. Well, Clavis, Diamondus Major. So few stars. I wonder if there's another breakpoint. Another, like another constellation you can find at another higher value. Get that gem. And we'll probably redraw looking for Navy ships. Got it. Okay, so we have a queen. There isn't really a reason to be coming in here anymore, is there? The next time you enter, gain boudoir 10 steps, walk in closet 3 gems. Yeah, so I don't think there's actually any reason to come in anymore. Oh, hello. Telescope. Right, we have found this before. Did I write down where I found it? Wow, I didn't write down where I found it. Okay. It makes sense that you can find it here. Because... Telescope. Because she has the skylight. the skylight and she likes stargazing. That's pretty cool that you can find it here. I don't remember the other place I found it. Okay. Right, so it just gives you the same effects again, unless you have since increased or decreased your number of gems. Then it would trigger a different set. Okay, cool. Conservatory? In the corner? No. Parlor, we're gonna need lots of gems, because our experiment is when we spend 2 or more. Silver spoon that apple. Gems are not in this box. The gems are not in the white box. Oh my god, they all have 2 statements. Yo, the parlor's getting hard. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are not in the white box. So one of these is gonna have to be all false. The gems are not in this box. If that was false, they're in here. The gems are not in the white box. If that's false, they're in there. You could be the true box. The gems are not in this box or the white box. You could be the all true box. But then we need one of them to be all false. If you are true, not here or white, then the gems are here. Can you be all false? You can be all false, and then you're half and half, so they are here. Okay, cool. So they're not actually... It's not actually too difficult. It's just... It's one more layer of difficulty on the logic, is you have to sort through the multiple statement thing. Okay, we got the throne room. Now it gives us tunnel. Very cool. Thank you, game. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be throne room, right? I don't like that it's closing off these 2 rooms, but throne room's the throne room. So there he is. There's the king. Oh, I'd like to take that planetarium. I'd really like to take that planetarium. Do I think I'll see the morning room again? I do think I'll see the morning room again. I need stars. I need to start rebuilding my stars. I just want to... I can telescope from here? Whoa! Why did I never think to bring the telescope to the planetarium? What? Huh. Okay. Dahlia the Untamed. Starting tomorrow, each planetarium will contain 1 trunk. Okay, so I permanently upgraded my planetarium by bringing the telescope here? Alright, well that's going in goals. Telescope to planetarium. Cool. Okay, and this is Dahlia the Untamed. So the statues / goddesses are also based on planet names? Or vice versa? I was about to read this because I remember saying something about the number of stars or planets in the sky. Other notable night skies. Okay, it doesn't look like there's going to be another constellation. I assume it would say if there was another one. And it doesn't say anything about bringing the telescope here. I wonder how you're supposed to figure that out. Like if there's a hint. I was hoping you'd stumble on that today. Yeah, completely by accident. I never put it together. I was about to say, I wonder if there is a hint somewhere that indicates telling you to do this, or if you're just supposed to put it together like I feel like I should have. So that was that one. Oh yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Very cool. So hopefully, I assume I can do that 4 more times, and eventually the planetarium will be an absolutely cracked room. That'd be awesome. I'm happy to go weight room because we have unlimited step generation today. We can just make as much as we want. Alright, north and south levers pulled. Attic. Damn, I really want to go attic, but I need a bishop still. This finishes it for me, right? Or do I not have a rook? I might not have a rook yet. Nook Conservatory Clock Tower. Surprised we haven't seen our Nook yet. Yeah, okay. Well, we still need to find a rook, but I gotta take this bishop, as much as I'd really love and prefer to take an attic there. I should take the rook. I should take the rook. Even though I want to take treasure trove every time it's offered, I should guarantee I get my rook while it's available. Because we want to prioritize changing to the rook power. Oh, we are almost on rank 8. Okay, we gotta start thinking about blue tents. Holy crap. I'd completely forgotten about blue tents. At some point I'm gonna need to dip back to the kitchen for more steps. Maybe I'll just do that right now, since we're walking around to avoid that key anyway. It only costs us 2 extra. Well, 2, then 2 back, so 4. But we'll buy that, that's 30. And then each of these bananas is 6. Yeah, all of a sudden. That's crazy. 30 steps for 8 gold is ridiculous. I wonder if Silver Spoon applies before or after Salt Shaker. I wonder if you could also double your Salt Shaker effect. I have the gear wrench, so we can make our lab commonplace. I think I'm cool with lab being common. I think. I hope I'm not going to regret that. I don't think I will, but we already have an experiment with our gems. Another security door. This is the most security doors I've ever seen in a room in a day. Aw, oh, man. Now we got offered the clock tower for our rook, so we could have taken the treasure trove. That's too bad. But if we get to the corner, we have a chance at seeing the conservatory. I'm going to prioritize that over 2 keys tomorrow. It's always got to be conservatory. Wow, we got double rooks. We also could have gotten our rook here. Whoa, these are good options. Do I make the planetarium common? I think so. Especially now that we know we're going to be permanently upgrading it. Yeah, planetarium commonplace. I think we are making too many rooms commonplace, if I'm being honest, but throne room. Is there any reason to not make the throne room down to like standard? The day I go to do the whatever it is that reclaiming the crown, I'm gonna want to be guaranteed to find it, but I can always do that with Banner of the King. So I'll make it unusual. And Kennel, we're happy to leave at standard. Cool. Pretty solid. Pretty solid options there. I do love the conservatory. You know what? While I'm here, I should just grab the, why do I always forget what it's called? The Crown of the Blue Prince, I think? Is that what it's called? Crown of the Blue Prince. Screw it. Common Workshop. Ah, that might have been a mistake. You know what? I've only ever made this thing once. I still don't really understand it. Let's make it and see what the heck what it do. So I know it like points to rooms that may contain more items today than usual. What does that mean? Why would some rooms contain more items today than usual? And was that mechanic ever explained to me elsewhere? Oh, it's pointing at the clock tower, which means the clock tower probably has a silver stopwatch in it. But that does end our day, so reroll. Oh wow, you could use Crown of the Blueprints on the aquarium. I am going to take the aquarium. Shocked by how few rooms we're seeing that cost 2 gems. Oh, the dowsing rod can't be used as a shovel. Dang it. Lame. Very lame. Last key until we go hunting for our locker room keys. Oh, I need to check out the blue tent memo in the lab, and we're about to get one in the music room. God, I keep forgetting about blue tents. It's gonna take me a minute to get my brain focused on that. Oh, the prism key is so bright. Okay. Blue... hidden blue memo. This room isn't that big. How have they managed to hide it from me? Oh, wow. Because it's pretty well hidden. There is a major key hanging on a wall in the safe house. There is a major key hanging on a wall in the safe house. I'm assuming this is referring to the sanctum key? But I don't think that was hanging on the wall. I'm almost certain it was not hanging on the wall. Man, the problem is it's so much work to get back to the safe house. I don't want to put in the time to go back down there if it was just referring to the sanctum key. I'll probably go back and look at rewatch my episode where I went down there so I can tell whether or not it was... that's what it was referring to. Alright, can't use a prism key on a blue room, can you? No. Clock tower for the... weird, the dowsing rod couldn't make up its mind. Clock tower for the blue tent memo? I think it's gotta be. Those have to be prioritized. Man, we're gonna end our day with 17 gems. Crazy. So, weird, the dowsing rod pointed at the clock tower before, but this time it pointed at the solarium. So it's not the room, it also matters where you draft it. Gem. And the memo's just hidden under there. In eclipses only appear in the north sky. Oh my god. I'm saying oh my god and yikes because this memo kind of comes with the implication that I am going to have to actually look for in and X eclipses or something. You know, I've long since theorized that the moons that you find in room 46, in the secret garden, above the sanctum, I think somewhere else, I've long since theorized that those matter, but this is kind of implying that I'm gonna have to actually see them up in the north sky. Let's see if this makes any more sense yet. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore. No, still don't get it. What the? Oh man, that's hilarious. We are accidentally here at 1:30. Can I skip this? I can't even skip this. That's so funny. It just took over my controls and I was like, what's going on? Oh, there it is. Hello. Whoa! Cinca Inc., founded in 1933, has 2 facilities, Cinca Labs in Reddington and Cinca Court, a 16-story facility located in downtown Oris, featuring 8 floors above ground and 8 floors below ground, of course. Well, I have no idea what to make of this. Man, I think this is just lore, but I don't know. I'm very confused by that one. We'll circle back to that. First things first, we're gonna go change our chess power. And chess puzzles here? Yes. Okay. So, bishop, third from the top. I should have looked at where the other ones are. I think the rook is here. There. Observatory was like... There it is. Our queen was here. Our king is here. Really tested my memory, and we can just find a pawn somewhere. Wow, I'm impressed I did that without looking. Alright, we'll switch to the rook. Yeah, you. Switch to the rook, and then... I'll have to figure out how... What? Okay. So that's it? Castling is just switching from king to rook? Wow. I thought... I was starting to think I was going to have to get a rook and a king right next to each other or something. I was prepared, like I was fully prepared. My goals say bring the rook chess power to the throne room or to the office, and then I thought maybe the office had to be in the corner of the house. I was prepared to like really replicate castling. That's hilarious. Okay, well we can check that off. I still think the word castle, the dashes here, definitely still means something else. But, okay, we did it. We castled. And we're going down further. You know what? I bet this is going to take us to that castle you can see from above the gear room. That's so cool. It says castle, you have to castle to get to it, and it's gonna bring you to the castle. I'm almost certain. If that's not what it does, I'll be so surprised. I'm traumatized from missing that pathway in the inner sanctum for so long, so I'm checking everything. Okay, what am I looking at here?